Okay. And then when you got your last job that allowed you to then start buying the properties,
yes,
and you started to rent them out,
yes,
what were some of the challenges you experienced?
Yes, I think
especially, you were in civil.
Yes.
Maybe that was an advantage because then it allows you to build structures and all of that. You're an engineer.
Yes.
But were there challenges that you experienced that you can think of?
Yeah, I think the challenges were very few because when I started to buy property for rental purposes, I was saving like something like 460,000 in my savings. So it was more like an injection for me to start. So it became a very smooth transaction. Even my first project, I think I did it in 2 months. It was just a quick project because I had the money. It was just a matter of just doing the project. So the challenges, it was just few things like you find or you are building and then they are cutting the services, such things. It was not like external. It was more like internal challenges.
That cut the services for what?
No. You remember the first house that I was building for rental purposes, I was staying inside. So it was those things that you'll come back from work and you find you don't have electricity. The guys who were busy building, they cut their service for you by mistake, something like that. It was not like all those deep challenges which I can think about because I feel like if you have money, you'll be able to do those projects easily.
Do you think you've lived a life without challenge?
No.
Because somebody could be listening and be saying, but this guy, it's like everything flowed.
No. I think the challenges were there. It's just the way I look at them. Yeah, I think it's about the way I look at challenges because they say how you respond to a challenge is based on how you look at it. If you look at it, somebody can be put in my shoes and then they will say, if I'm having a mother who's a cleaner, I won't go to university, for example. Then they don't even apply to go to university. But for me, I was not thinking about the challenges that I was having. I was thinking mainly about where I want to go. So I've always been that person that is thinking about tomorrow to say, I want to achieve 1, 2, 3. Even now when I'm sitting here, I have the next goal to say, I want to achieve 1, 2, 3. And then when I receive money, even now, I'm thinking about that goal to say, let me save some for the goal that I have for next year.
How do you do like goal setting? I mean, for someone who's listening and saying, you talk a lot about the next goal and the next goal and the next goal.
Yes.
How do you do your goal setting?
Yes.
And put the effort to actually achieve those goals?
Okay. Yes, I feel like even the goal itself become the reason that I am the discipline the way I am. Because I'll be just sitting and say, no, I want to start maybe a rental business. Okay, and then I have to calculate to say, what do I need to achieve this goal? Then I realize, no, I need 500,000, which means now I must start saving towards that 500,000. So whatever money I receive, in my mind, it's more like, let me make sure that the goal happens. So before I use this money, it's the reason why from the time I started saving in 2010 to today, I don't remember a day where I ate the rest of the salary and I didn't save for something because there's always a goal that I need to save for. So when I receive money, it's more like, let me take a portion of this money and make sure that it goes to my goal. And then that's why I'm able to achieve those goals because I sacrifice a lot for that goal. And then the other thing is just the issue of pressure to say, I've always been that person who's not really influenced by the pressure of the society. To say somebody I studied with is driving a Mercedes-Benz today, then I must go and buy a Mercedes-Benz. I don't even look at what people are doing in that way. It's more like, for me, I focus on my goal to say, I want to achieve these goals. So if I need to drive a Polo for me to achieve this goal, then let it be so. Because I have this goal, which is I'm focused at it. So I think the issue of pressure because there's two pressures. There's a pressure that you get from people to say, these people, you were with them all this life, and then they are now looking like they are more ahead of you. And then you want to be like them. And then those are the goals that those are the challenges that you must overcome. Even those challenges where it's more like a challenge that you give to yourself to say, my mother was a cleaner for 15 years And then because she was a cleaner for 15 years and now I have masters in civil engineering and I'm working for municipality, let me show people that I have made it now.
Arrive now. I must build a big house, and we are from there. The house must show.
So all those things, and unfortunately,
And you never did. You never wanted to do that. To say, okay,
Yes.
my mother was a cleaner. We suffered.
Yes.
Now I'm I'm engineering graduate. I'm gonna build a big house.
No, I've never been influenced by that. I feel like for me, it has always been about what I want. And then I've realized that most of those things that if you say, I want to show people that I've made it, the things that you must buy, it's usually liabilities. It's things which are not making money for you. Because it's more like a car. Those are the things that people will see that Percy has made it. And then it's more like things like clothes. So that's when people will see, well, if Percy is wearing this brand, it means he has made it. So I've never been that person. I've always keep it to myself and do what I want to do. And then most of the things that I'm doing, it's more like property. You cannot go with them to a event and show people that I have this properties. It's more like shares. Shares, you cannot go with them and show your profile to say, this is what I have in shares. So most of the things that I'm doing, you cannot see them. It's only late when I started sharing about them that people started to know that I'm doing 1, 2, 3.
What was your reason for sharing?
The reason for sharing it was actually a friend. I was more like talking to a friend and telling him I'm paying off the house, I'm doing this. And then he was like, no, this is very inspiring. You must start sharing this. That's when I started with social media and then I started sharing and then I could see the response of people and so on. That's where it all started.
And then when you look at your journey, right? Are there things that you look at and feel like you could have done differently?
When I was still just a homeowner, I was afraid of debts. I just wanted to live a debt-free life. And then that was my focus. So if I get money, I just wanted to settle debts and make sure that my life doesn't have debts. I'm living a life without debts. But when I started to move into property investing, I realized that it is better to use somebody's money to make money. As long as the debt that I'm taking, I'm not going to be the one to pay for that debt. It's more like when I'm taking a debt for business, I'm saying who is going to be the one to service this debt. And then it's unfortunate to say it's usually tenants who are servicing my debts, because I've taken debts to build this property business and then I'm not the one who's servicing it. And then it's being serviced. And then after being serviced, I still remain with profit. So,
but in any case, you are building for them, Mus.
Yes.
They're the ones using it. It's not like you're the one staying in it.
Yes, that's a good one. And then the other thing I will say, if now you give me 500,000, you say, what are you going to do with this 500,000? Are you going to pay off one of your houses or are you going to invest it? I will choose to invest it, because if I pay off 500,000 for a house, I just save myself from paying 5,000. But if I invest 500,000 in the business that I'm running, I charge 3,500 per bachelor. And then it takes me 100,000 to make one bachelor, which is fully fitted with shower, kitchen,
so you can have 5.
Everything. So I can have
3,000.
3,000, more than 16,000. That I will be making by that 500,000. So it's choosing now to say, do I want to save myself from paying 5,000, or do I want to start a business that is going to generate 16,000? And then when I get the 16,000, I can be able to pay that 5,000 and I still remain with 11,000 in my hand. So it's better for me to invest it rather than to settle a debt. So to answer the question, I will say in the beginning, I was afraid of debts, but now I'm using debts to build the portfolio.